One group that we haven't checked in on a little bit since the election is the Truth Social investor class. These poor saps who've invested in Donald Trump's ill-fated venture, always expecting that at some point they're gonna win it big. And in the lead up to the election, they had very high hopes for what a Donald Trump win would mean for their investment. Now you'd think he won, they've got to be super happy, but not so much. If you go to the places that they congregate all on the internet, they're kind of frustrated about the status of the stock. You see this post, this is on a shareholder group for the stock saying before election, people said DJT, the stock, would experience short squeeze when Trump wins. Now expect in January 20th, the bad guy got fired, then DJT will go up. The fact is we're in trouble. DJT needs to either acquire something meaningful or be acquired. Obviously no other way to grow itself quickly. And I love what that says about that person's understanding of the actual stock. I mean, clearly there's nothing about this that would ever cause it to be worth more than it actually is. Only if it's sold or buys something could it possibly be worth anything. And that might be true. It's bounced back before, but right now it's in kind of rough times. If you take a look at it, it's still significantly down from where it was at back in late October. It was worth significantly more. Here's what some other investors are saying. Viad, a South Carolina retiree, frequently predicted on Truth Social that the stock would soar. He said, I think I may buy a cruise ship when this is all over, back in April. A few days after the election, as the share price fell, he reposted, this is the part of the story where the criminals are panicking, trying to scare you. This is the part of the story where you double down and buy even more DJT. And that's an amazing thing if you can set it up as a cult leader, where the hope that things will go well means that you should buy more of the product. When things aren't going well, that only proves even more that you should buy more of the product. And that, more than anything else, is why the stock is still at $30 when it's worth objectively nothing. It's because they keep pumping money into it. They don't expect it's going to actually be worth anything. They don't expect people are going to start signing up to Truth Social. I mean, even Donald Trump is posting on Twitter once again. It's all this game that they're playing. You can see, well, I'm going to read a couple more comments. Schmembles says, I'm thinking of buying a few more shares right now. Do you think it's good timing? I've been so bad about buying just before it drops. Rockhound says, wouldn't it be amazing if we all pushed hard today and knocked it to 40? Freeman says, low volume today, need to get those numbers up. This is not how the stock market is supposed to work. If you believe stocks have anything to do with the underlying businesses, this is all a game. They all know deep within their bones that this is a scam. And that the only people who are gonna make money are those who get out before it crashes. And they take the money of the other people, subsidizing their profits. Every one of them is convinced that it's going to be them. It can't be. Just by definition, it can't, Sharon. What do you make of all this?
What I make of it is that people just have to, I think, just give up at some point, surrender. I actually think people have to surrender and not allow their worst tendencies to be projected upon a society. Does that sound too utopia or too pie in the sky? If so, it's really just the way I feel about it. It's the way I feel about it.
I think honestly they should give up, but how they should give up is like, if you're a fan of Donald Trump, that's fine. I've tried to convince you of why you shouldn't be, but whatever, you are. So just look up your bank account, look up how much money you have in it, and just cut him a check for that amount. Like, why are you going through these like these games on the path to handing over all of your money to your cult leader? Like, just do it. Like, okay, I know the way you do it, you get some JPEGs along the way, or maybe you get some like really gaudy, ugly sneakers or something, but the end result is the same. All of your money is his money, so just hand it over. They're releasing new products literally in the last week. Melania came out with new NFTs and everything. We're not even covering it all anymore because there's just too much of it. He's on the path to the White House and he's still releasing products.
Is the Chia Pet back?
I don't know. That one might actually be worth something. You know, you can feed it to a rabbit or something.
Something like that, or catnip. I wanted to put catnip because of my daughter's cats, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Let's go crazy. Let's go MAGA crazy.
Look, I mock. I have some empathy for them. I think that a lot of people feel like traditional methods of building wealth are no longer available. So everyone is on some level looking for a trick, a shortcut. And when you combine that sort of desperation with the insane cult of personality that they have around Donald Trump and others, like it's too easy. Like Breakfast Sandwich Dragon says, grifter's gonna grift. Yeah, but it's too easy. Like, yeah, he's gonna grift, and members of his inner circle is gonna grift, and Laura Trump is gonna come out with her album, and it's just on and on and on. Everybody is so desperate that they're willing, just like anybody that I think might be able to get me out of this hole, I will hand over everything I have. Like we're seeing like John Oliver do like pig butchering scam episodes and everything, but like I think you have far less to fear from scammers in the Philippines or something than you do the people you trust the most in the world. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?